This video was made possible by xTool, more on that a little later.
Hey, what's up? How's it going? So, you might remember that a while ago I made a video about this guitar, and I subsequently made a series of videos refinishing, upgrading and restoring the guitar to make it look like this. However, one thing that's bugged me since I finished this project is that god-awful proprietary tremolo bridge that I couldn't possibly find a replacement for that was actually, functional, and I therefore had to leave in the guitar. And I must admit, as much as I like the turnout of my little mod and restoration project there, I haven't really played the guitar ever since I finished making those videos. The sole reason for that being that terrible tremolo. So I spent a little while trying to figure out how to make this guitar enjoyable to play. The only way that I could think of to do this was to turn it into a hardtail. Now this is much easier said than done, but I was convinced that I could do it. So I'm just gonna hand it over to voiceover Kalen for the rest of this video because there's gonna be a lot of B-rolls anyway.
So step 1 is to take the strings and that god-awful tremolo off the guitar. Now that that's done, I can measure the size of the tremolo cavity, head upstairs to where my laser cutter is, and just use a few vector images I've created to try and get the shape and size just right to cut out a piece of wood to fill that cavity. After a whole lot of trial and error, I finally got it close enough to perfect and called it a day. The next day I went to the hardware store to pick up a nice 5mm slab of basswood and get to work. It turned out this different gauge and type of wood would also take a little experimenting with the power and speed of the laser.
Alright, so the situation that we've just had is that it told me it detected a flame, and, well, there was no flame, but it said it detected one. It also did not nearly cut through this thing, so I must have calibrated it wrong or something.
But on the third or fourth try I got it right. By the way, if you do use a laser indoors, you should always take proper safety precautions and have a proper ventilation system in place. Now of course I do not have that, but I opened a window real wide, turned on a fan and put on a particle filter mask. Still, if you're any kind of professional, I just know that set off all kinds of alarm bells in the back of your head. So this is the plate I'll be attaching this beautiful black hardtail bridge to, but in order to attach it there needs to be something filling the rest of the tremolo cavity for the screws to grip. So I roughly measured the inside where the sustain block used to go and cut out a few pieces in that shape as well. xTool have been kind enough to send me this beautiful D1 Pro laser cutter and engraver after I approached them for it to make this video possible, so while it's cutting out all of these plates, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. The D1 Pro is the world's most powerful 20-watt diode laser. It can cut through a centimeter of solid basswood or 8mm of acrylic in one single pass like butter. This super robust laser can move up to 400mm a second while operating, has built-in motion and flame detectors, and a movement precision of 0.01mm, much higher than that of its competitors. The xTool D1 Pro comes with the super easy to use xTool Creative Space software to start designing, engraving and cutting immediately, but is also compatible with Lightburn for more experienced laser users. You can buy the D1 Pro by itself, but if you want the full experience, I'd recommend getting the set that includes the Air Assist tool, which blows air on the surface you're cutting to create a cleaner burn, the rotary attachment to engrave round surfaces like a drinking glass, and an 8-pack of risers to fit thicker materials underneath the laser. There's also a whole plethora of other optional accessories. The extra large 43x40cm working area allows for beautiful works of art, but despite its size it shouldn't take you more than 15 minutes to assemble it and get to work. It can engrave fabric, rubber, metal, cardboard, wood, glass, hell, you can even engrave food with it if you put it on a gentle enough setting. I've put all of the links necessary to buy your own xTool D1 Pro in the description, so if you're into or want to get into engraving and using lasers, then have at it. So now that all the stuff had been cut out, it was time to paint the base plate black to match the new bridge and the rest of the hardware on the guitar. I mistakenly assumed I had black spray paint or varnish at home, so I had to resort to borrowing my sister's nail polish, but it did the job just fine. While that was drying, I compared the sizes of the old and new bridge to make sure I got the position just right, otherwise the scale length, intonation and string position would have been off. I very professionally marked a few spots with masking tape for later reference, and then... Now to fill in the back cavity, I simply dropped a few of those little plates in, screwed one in place where the tremolo springs used to be, thereby forcing the other ones to stay in place too, and that's pretty much the size of it. Now it was time to attach the brand new bridge, string up the guitar, and bingo!
So, thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to MakeBlock for sponsoring this video and supplying me with the necessary equipment to make it.
Also big thanks to my loyal Patreon members for supporting this channel. Here are all of their beautiful, lovely names. You can also become a patron for the low price of $1.90 per month in exchange for all of these incredible, delicious benefits.
And starting right now, along with the stickers and pics that I'm already selling, I'm offering made-to-order t-shirts available in my eBay store. So again, if you're interested, make sure to check out all the MakeBlock links in the description. My most recent video is somewhere up here if you want to watch that. Subscribe to my channel somewhere down there if you feel like it. All my social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook are linked in the description. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, write a comment. I'll see you around.